Hey guys, my name is Noah. Welcome to another hookah review. Today we're going to be talking about Alchemist and their raspberry flavor. Now, Alchemist has a wide range of very interesting and intriguing flavors such as Gumbledore or Key Lime, just different things that you usually don't see on the market. So I decided to get a couple of them, and raspberry is one of the ones I was really excited to try because I haven't found a raspberry shisha out there. Maybe for good reason, but we're going to get to that later on in the video. What am I working with today? I've got my vapor hookah that the stem was, there's no real stem for it, it's just like a stem with an automatic bowl on top, so I actually broke it at the top and added my own bowl stem to it. So it works, it's alright. It's not the greatest hookah in the world, but it looks really pretty and it's great for parties and stuff like that. I've got my Hookah John bowl on top, a knockoff razor, and I'm using some Hookah John flats in there. Though I don't suggest using flats in any heat management device. You need more of like a cube coal. I don't have any cube coals at the moment, so we're doing what we can with what we have, and these are very warm, so it works perfectly fine. And of course, I've got my dream hose. Though I did just drop it and it's got a crack in it now, so I'm a little broken inside, but we're going to live. It still smokes, it still works, and we're just going to pray that it holds on for as long as it can. They do have replacement ones, which is nice, so you don't have to buy the whole hose all over again. Anyways, let's get into the packaging, how we're going to pack this. I love the look of this packaging. It's got some great colors on it. This is the 100 gram. It looks really nice. There's no dates on it, no anything on it, which is kind of a bad thing because they went through a bad batch, apparently. And so they've had their ups and downs, so if you don't know exactly which batch you're getting, you might get one that's a little less than perfect, unfortunately. They're also coming out with a new line called KFC, Kentucky Fired Shisha, I believe is what it's standing for, and that's interesting. It sounds very interesting. Hookah John's actually done an interview with them, and so if you want to go check out his video on it, you can kind of get an eye's view of what they're coming out with and what is soon to come in that flavor. Anyways, this is a very juicy shisha. The cut is decent. There's some big pieces, there's some small pieces, there's some stems. It's just kind of a generic cut. It's definitely not perfect, it's not horrible. It is overly juicy in my opinion, but that's okay. Now the thing I don't like about that juiciness is their packaging really is, it's not resealable in any way. So you're gonna have to put it in another bag or another container that you have left over from another shisha. We're just fluffing this right on in here, especially because we're using a heat management device today. You just want to fluff it in there, and for heat management devices, I always suggest you fluff it up a little bit over the top there so it's sticking out and your heat management device, whether it's a Lotus or a Razor or whatever it may be, is going to be actually touching physically that shisha and getting it nice and warm. Like I said, we're using a heat management device, so no tinfoil on top, but when I do use tinfoil on this, you know, standard hole pattern, nothing too big, nothing too small, just right. Smelling it, you get this kind of Pop-Tart, generic, it's a food flavor and it doesn't smell real. It doesn't smell like a real raspberry. It smells more like a Pop-Tart or a candied or just kind of like a generic flat flavor. And you can also kind of smell like this weird chemically smell almost. It's not overpowering, but it's definitely something that kind of makes you look at it and go, ooh, I don't know about this. And then you smoke it and really nice white, fluffy, beautiful clouds. Flavor-wise though, it's just not a raspberry. It tastes like they just took whatever generic flavoring they could get on the market and put it in there. Tastes like you're eating a Pop-Tart that has raspberry flavoring. It's just very flat. There's not a lot of sour notes. There's not a lot of sweet notes. There's not a lot of consistency that makes it taste like a real raspberry. It tastes very artificial. Now, it's not super chemically where you're like, ugh, this is disgusting. It's just kind of flat. I don't think that's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just what the flavor is, and it's something that I would expect from a lower company that's not selling their product for so much. I would expect this from like Alfactor. If they had a raspberry flavor, I'd be like, oh, yeah, it's okay. It's not the best thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just kind of there. But for me, I just couldn't smoke this all the time, you know? It has great longevity, of course, but the way it's packaged, the way that it's cut, the way that it tastes, all those things are such a degrading to it that it's a 5 out of 5 for me, and I believe that's the same for you. This is a flavor you're going to break out at a party. Some people who are going to they like generic flavors, they're going to be like, oh, it's raspberry, this is delicious. Or you might be able to mix it with something like TKO and get like a chocolate raspberry flavor. That would probably be really good. But for people who enjoy the actual complexity and depth of the flavor, they're going to be really disappointed in what you have provided. Now, don't get me wrong, I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear maybe you love this flavor, or if you're going to go to a, lounge and they have it, I would suggest trying it. But I don't know if I would tell you to go buy this flavor. I would say if you enjoy raspberry and you have some extra money to spend, go ahead and give it a shot. But if this is something that you're like, I can get this or this, I would go with something else, unfortunately, because it's just not a flavor that stands up and says, I am raspberry. It's more like, I'm raspberry. Anyways, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to keep coming out with great reviews. Keep having fun. My name is Noah. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week.